Alright, so the trail ride from Tampa to Fort Lauderdale takes us about 5 hours. We got into Fort Lauderdale with plans to stay 2 nights at the Hilton, which is pretty nice because they have dock slips for us to dock our boat at. So the beginning of the video, we're just doing Fort Laudy. Our really good friends, Brooke and Rich, live in Jupiter, so they drove over to spend the day with us. We went to lunch and got to hang out with their 2 little girls. It was really fun seeing our boys interact with their girls. Apparently there is a 3-hour loop you can take past the downtown Riverwalk, We've never been able to do the whole thing just for different reasons, and this time it was a little stormy, so we didn't want to risk it. So it's still on our bucket list. Part of the adventure of going to the Bahamas is you really never know what kind of weather window you're going to have, so you have to be able to be flexible, but you get your hopes up about leaving when you want to. And that morning when we woke up, the weather reports were kind of conflicting weather, so we decided to head out and take a look, and we decided we were going to try to cross. We had another boat with us. It was Jay's boss crossing over for the first time, so we weren't alone, and that kind of helped us make a decision. Ultimately, I was a little ball of nerves the first 15 or 20 miles because it looked as though we might have a storm or we might avoid it, and I just don't like not knowing. The seas were also a little rougher than we'd expected. We ended up hitting some 3 to 4 foot seas, especially in the Gulf. But we avoided all the rain and we skirted by all the storms, and it was fun. So ultimately we made it in just under 2 hours, which actually really isn't that bad. We averaged around 30 miles per hour, just depending on where we were at and what kind of seas we were dealing with. We have a 27 Open Contender with twin 200 Suzukis, and Daryl has a 27-foot or 273 Everglades with twin 300 horsepower Yamahas. We were just so happy to have made it when we wanted to get there safely, obviously, and just to see these waters, which video never really does justice. They truly do glow. really thankful to Liam. He was on Daryl's boat and he brought his drone and he got a lot of good drone footage. So every drone footage you see in this video is from him. Thanks, Liam. Our boat actually didn't even really go to the Sapona this time. We drove by it, but Jay and I have both climbed it and jumped off it several times. And it's really fun to snorkel, but not that great for climbing anymore. It's really falling apart and more dangerous. So we didn't want to bring the kids there, and we didn't want to get in the water one at a time with the kids at snorkel. So since we've both done it before, we just rode by it and kind of skipped the rest this time. It's pretty freaking cool and has a nice history though. It was a cargo ship that used to be used during Prohibition. I guess it was like a bar you could go out and drink at. And then during a hurricane, it sunk here and it has been here ever since. The stingray here are southern stingray, and there are nurse sharks. They're all used to people and really friendly, I guess unless you mess with them, but we were feeding them and petting them, and the kids are even comfortable around them, so as long as you're being nice, they're nice too. When we first started coming to Stuart's Conch Shack, I think, 2016, it was much smaller and they've since added, but thankfully the part that we wrote our names on that's part of their tradition is still there, so we get to add to it every year, which you get to see me doing here. I also added Jameson and sailors' names, although they've been there once before, so they should have already been up there. Jameson's favorite part of the trip, he says, was this day when he got to play basketball with the local kids. They were really welcoming and he just had a really good time. He ran so much that he got blisters on the bottom of his feet because obviously we didn't bring shoes for him. But yeah, they did this and played Uno and it was really fun.
Bimini down, find the sea.